degenerative diseases, and this is in my book, Life in the 21st, in my book, Food Enzymes for Health and Longevity. It is documented from all the resources, is digestive disorders. Digestive disorders are related to enzyme exhaustion. So if you can start taking quality enzymes, you're going to make a big, big difference in your overall health. And then, of course, go out for a walk, a little bit of exercise. All these things are key, as well as whatever else you might add.
Is there anything in terms of degenerative diseases that is not reversible, in your opinion?
Yes, there is. Dr. John Christopher, a naturopath doctor, says there's no incurable diseases, only incurable personality. So there you go. Some people just don't want to stay around. They don't want to make that effort, and as a result, they would be considered, by natural approaches. And there's no cure in nature. A natural approach is basically you create an environment. The body is self-healing. It rejuvenates itself. It grows your hair back. You cut your finger. It quickly heals. Scars dissolve, disappear. Body is self-healing. It doesn't matter whether it's degenerative disease or acute condition or a crisis.
What do you think about immortality, physical immortality?
Well, it's actually a very good topic. I'm actually of the same order, and our book, the Book of Jubilee that I quote in my book, Survival, it's one of the sacred books in the Dead Sea Scrolls that were discovered in 1947, and basically it states that a time will come when the children will once again not only study the laws but follow the commandments, and as such there will be no more aging, no more sadness, and no more disease, and also all shall live in youthful bodies for thousands of years, and experiencing their dharma, or in other words, their passion, why they're here on planet Earth. We all have a destiny, and we have a reason. Get connected with that. Otherwise, you're just doing another incarnation.
So tell our listeners a little bit about what the Essenes are and how that relates to nutrition, because I know they talked a lot about fasting and about using healthy foods, whole foods, and they weren't just about the spiritual dimension. They were a lot about the physical dimension as well, correct?
Absolutely. They were very holistic. One of the early holistic, which they kind of Vedas, many of the Hindu texts also, like Bhagavad Gita, preceded with this whole concept of holism. But the Essenes emphasized basically, as far as nutrition, they developed organic gardening in a place where nothing grew, in a desert, and primarily they did it through utilizing nature's laws of condensation and microbial activity, and they grew mostly baby sprouts, baby greens. They call them biogenic foods, which means extremely high energy. They're beyond raw foods, and these are the kind of foods that they lived about 85% of the diet. The other might have had some fruit, might have had some more mature vegetables and stuff like that. So their emphasis was on very high intensity living type of foods, and they were noted scholars, as you can see by the scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls were all written by the Essenes, and it became incorporated into portions of it became incorporated into the Bible at the Council of Nicaea that Constantinople organized, in the 13th century, and basically. They also were noted great healers. But one of the outstanding features that would be of interest to everybody, historian Josephus noted that the longevity of the Essenes was 400% longer than the rest of the Mediterranean area. We're talking about southern Africa, southern part of Europe, northern Africa, and the rest of the Mediterranean area. So they were very healthy, very vital, and most of the people who came into a Essene community, they were quite sickly, and then they loved the way of life. They ended up taking on residency, but they had many people who also lived in the cities. So we adopted many of those practices, and the Hippocrates Health Institute nutritional program is very much like the Essene nutritional program. Not only that, but you find in the Dead Sea Scrolls, wheatgrass was already mentioned. That was found in the catacombs of the scrolls that are found in the Vatican Library, and Professor Edmond Zakeli, who was basically the modern 21st century seen a reinvigorator, and he spoke 5 ancient languages, and he spoke Aramaic, and one of the many scrolls that he found was, it's now called Essene Gospel of Peace, Volume 4, and basically all about wheatgrass and all the powers it had within it, and we're all discovering it. I mean, you drink that wheatgrass, it sends like lightning through your body.
It's true.
Of energy and vitality. And
Victorious, we only have about a minute, but I want you to talk a little bit about wheatgrass, and we only have a minute, so just hit the high points, and we're definitely going to have you back on, and we'll talk about a lot of other things. I want to talk about enzymes, I want to talk about algae, I want to talk about fasting, but we only have about a minute. Give us some of the highlights about wheatgrass, why it's so important.
Well, first of all, it's a food that you can grow at home. Every vegetable you buy in the grocery stores, unless you buy locally, but even there, it's probably a day or two old. The other stuff will be 3 to 5, could be 3 to 5 weeks old. So you're getting the freshest food that is still growing when you're going to be juicing that wheatgrass, and combination of sprouts and wheatgrass, sprouted wheat and wheatgrass gives you the most powerful combination for rejuvenation, both your chakras, especially libido, and also youthing. You can use it topically. You can apply it on any kind of healing. Like I crushed my thumb with a 40-pound guillotine. I put it in wheatgrass juice. Within 30 minutes, the pain was all gone, and the next day its pain reappeared. I put it in the wheatgrass juice again, and the pain was all gone, never to come back. My thumb was crushed, and I mean it, by a 40-pound weight coming down like a guillotine from 4 feet down. It was one of these old windows at a mansion. So it's just
you put your finger right in the wheatgrass. Hang on, Victor, hang on. You put your finger right in the wheatgrass juice?
Yeah, wheatgrass juice. Yeah, immediately. And that was one of the days I didn't know too much about this nutritional program. Instinctively, that's what I did. When my finger was crushed, I was screaming and ran all the way to the second floor of the mansion where the Hippocrates Health Institute was located at one time in Boston. And I juiced, put my finger in there, and within 30 minutes, the pain was gone. And I said, oh, good, great, it will never come back. No, next day came back with vengeance. I repeated one more time, and that was it, and
Victorious, we're out of time, my friend. But that's an amazing story. I never thought about using wheatgrass topically, but it makes perfect sense with all the enzymes.
Well, you can drink it through your skin. You just cover your body, and it'll be absorbed. And if you rub yourself down with a white cloth, it will have no green on it because everything has been absorbed through your skin.
That's
it's the
tremendous.
largest, not only eliminative, but digestive organ.
Victorious, we're just flat out of time, but we're definitely going to have you back. We're going to talk about enzymes. We'll talk about fasting, continue talking about wheatgrass. That's Victorious Kulvinskas. Thank you so much. Truly a celebrity in the world of holistic health. His book is Survival in the 21st Century. His website, youthing.com. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Talk to you later, folks.